Why is Eterna Forest one of the best places to shiny hunt in all of Pokémon? Well, there are a few reasons I can think of. First of all, if you hunt while being followed by Cheryl, you are guaranteed to get 2 Pokémon to show up for every single encounter. You might be saying, well, that's just the same thing as dark grass and worse than horde encounters. What's so great about that? Well, okay, there was no reason to phrase that in such a rude way, but sure, let me explain. Dark grass doesn't guarantee 2 Pokémon every time. In fact, if this thread is correct, there's only a 40% chance a double battle will occur in dark grass, which is less than half, way worse than the 100% chance you get with Cheryl. Second, Eterna Forest is an early game area in Gen 4. You only need the first gym badge to get there, so you don't need to do a ton of grinding in order to start the hunt. Third, in Platinum, the amount of cool shinies to catch is staggering. Just like Diamond and Pearl, we have a Wurmple, Budew, Silcoon, Cascoon, buneary, Beautifly, and Dustox. But in Platinum, you have all of those, including both the version exclusives, plus Bidoof, Kricketot, Hoot, and Ghastly. On top of that, if you're trying to find a shiny buneary like I am, despite the increase of Pokemon available in Platinum, the buneary spawn rate is higher, at 24% rather than 19%. The only drawback of Platinum is you're missing out on Murkrow and Mischievous at night, which are exclusive to Diamond and Pearl respectively. Needless to say, Platinum Eterna Forest is my preference, but Diamond and Pearl Eterna are also great. My fourth reason that Eterna Forest is one of the greatest shiny hunting spots is Cheryl's healing. If, for whatever reason, you get damaged by not being able to run away, like a super fast 31 speed IV and perfect speed nature buneary outspeeds you, or Ghastly uses mean look and gets a hit on you, it doesn't matter because you'll be back to full once the battle ends thanks to Cheryl. It's pretty rare that it happens, but it does every once in a while, and it's nice not having to use potions or worry about my PP. And my fifth reason for loving Eterna Forest is simple. The atmosphere, the music, the sunlight filtering through the trees, the company of kind, soft-hearted Cheryl. It's like the whole area is enveloping you in comfort. I think many Pokemon fans would agree that Eterna Forest is one of the most atmospheric places in the entire series. So there you have it. Eterna Forest is an excellent shiny hunting spot. So of course I went there to hunt for my buneary. You might be asking, why buneary? Well, first of all, it's a pink shiny, and we all know I love those. Also, I was challenged to hunt one, challenged by KEROPHIBIAN in a little idea she came up with. Basically, we live right near a super cool plushie shop that carries a ton of Pokemon plushies straight from Japan. There are always tons of sitting cuties to choose from for only 20 bucks each. So Dylan and I thought of a shiny hunting challenge where we buy each other a surprise plush and then have to shiny hunt said plush. I won't spoil what I got Dylan for this challenge, but she bought me a buneary sitting cutie. I was pretty happy too, since I was planning on hunting buneary eventually anyway. I didn't hunt immediately after I was given the challenge because I knew I'd be taking this trip soon and really wanted to find it during my visit with my family. I set up the hunt, but then just let it sit for a while until I was ready to leave. Just like my Minccino video, my first stop was Montana again, so on Sunday, August 25th, I sat in the airport and waited for my flight. It was a beautiful summer day, and I was very excited to start my Pokemon journey. Unfortunately, I did have to sit in a middle seat. Fuck you, Southwest Airlines. But it wasn't that bad because I was still able to film the plane taking off. Then, I snacked on some cheese, pepperoni, and crackers while watching some downloaded Pokemon videos thanks to having YouTube Premium. Soon, it was time to land, and I exited the plane to catch my connecting flight in Las Vegas, Nevada. I've never been to Vegas before, but you could say I'm a gambler. All shiny hunts are gambling, except not with money, but time. Walking through this airport filled to the brim with slot machines really got me thinking about how strange human beings are. We love beating the odds. We love taking chances on things that seem astronomically unlikely. All of these people gambling in the airport weren't unlike myself, even if they're losing hundreds of dollars while I'm not. Each encounter is essentially the pull of a slot arm, and most of the time we lose. But just like them, I know that as long as I keep going, eventually I'll win, and that's exactly the allure. I wasn't going to be here long, and who knows when and if I'll ever come back. So for a shiny good luck charm, I decided to pick up a little souvenir. I really liked this Vegas Get Lucky keychain from a random shop, so I picked it up. Maybe it will bring me some luck for a hunt that goes under odds instead of over. I boarded my next flight, sitting by the window this time. I was able to catch a glimpse of the orb and saw the emoji screen, and it looked just as silly in person as it did online. I finally made it to Montana and turned in for the night. The next day, my mom and I went to do some thrifting. I didn't find much Pokemon related stuff except for this Pez dispenser. That night, I finally got some shiny hunting in using 2 systems. The next day, I hiked up a little hill on my mom's property and admired the scenery as I did a few counters in Eterna. I sat down at a picnic table at the top of the hill and reflected on the hunt. It's very calming to be doing some encounters up here. This is just a very pretty area I'm at right now. I'm on top of this little hill. You can see, like, if I go this way, you can see the mountain range over there. You can see, like, the sunset. It's just really pretty. And I think Eterna Forest kind of captures that natural beauty of the Pokemon world really well, with how the sun glistens through the trees and leaves these little patches of stuff, of shadow. It's kind of like, I'm not really sure what people's theories are for Cheryl, but my understanding is she's kind of a mysterious person we don't really know much about, and she kind of just disappears. And I like to think that she's some sort of like nymph or fae or like some sort of forest spirit guiding us through. And I think Cheryl is kind of the embodiment of like a very, soft, serene, calm, gentle figure that represents the, sereneness of nature, and is very upset when that calm gets disrupted. I just wanted to have this quiet moment, I guess, up here in the sunset, See how pretty it is. So yeah, now I'm just, walking back down to my house, looking at the sunset. There's a couple birds up there. I feel like enjoying your surroundings and appreciating the nature around you is a big part of the themes of Pokemon. So it's good to talk about. The next morning, on Tuesday, August 27th, I went outside and said hi to my mom's birds. So my mom has like a bunch of animals, and she has these 2 turkeys, and they kind of like just stick next to each other like creepy twins, and like watch, they're gonna follow me. If I move backwards, they're gonna follow me, and they're so creepy. Oh, they're so weird, and they just follow me. Like, if I go this way, see? Especially that one with the black feathers. They'll just creepily fucking follow me. Oh, that one's so weird. Anyway, this has nothing to do with Pokemon. I just wanted to show you guys because it's fucking creepy. Hi.
They're like creepy twins. They're so weird.
After that, I went on a little solo expedition.
Alright, so I just stopped at Target to grab some stuff, and I picked up
This. So I got just a regular Twilight Masquerade pack, and I'm gonna open it and see if I get anything cool. Alright, so this is for you guys. Screenshot, clip and ship. I don't give a fuck about this. So we got Varoom, Volbeat, Luxio, Goldeen, Festival Grounds, Glamora, Poliwrath, Leafeon, Glaceon, Zapdos, cool, and a basic energy. Wow, that was shit!
Then, getting home, I got some more shiny hunting done. Before I knew it, it was time to pack up and go to my second destination. So, just like my Minccino video, I did a little time-lapse of me packing. This time, I really wanted to bring the last of all the stuff I had left at my mom's house, so I could finally have all of my stuff with me. I did a little hunting while I packed, but not a ton since I was mostly focused on filling my suitcase. In the morning, Mom and I headed off on a little road trip from Montana to Washington in order to attend my cousin's wedding. After the wedding, I would stay at my dad's house and my mom would go back to Montana. So, we stopped at a Costco to get some cheap gas, and while there, I got a hot dog and soda for the road. We drove for a while, taking turns. When it was my turn to start driving, I had my mom do an encounter in Eterna for me.
What do you mean they're in my experience?
Like, how do you, what do you think of what you're doing right now?
I found a Pokemon!
You found 2 Cascoons,
Cascoons!
and then you just press run down here when it pops up.
Run?
Yeah, you just run away, because they're not shiny.
Oh.
Because there's only 1 in like 8,000 chance that they're going to be shiny.
We took another pit stop a few hours later, and I got a mirror selfie where you can see my awesome pink Game Boy pop socket. It is the greatest pop socket of all time. Then, it's just more driving as I grind encounters, on just one system at a time to conserve battery life. I did a lot of encounters during this road trip, and I enjoyed spending time with my mom as we drove together. We stopped somewhere to spend the night, but first we tried out some shops nearby. The first shop was another thrift store where I found this cool How to Draw Pokémon book. I flipped through it and found some special little guys you might recognize from recent videos. Next, we stopped at a used video game / book / movies type of place where they had a lot of cool Pokémon stuff. I didn't buy anything since all of it was pretty pricey, but still cool to see. The next day, we were back on the road. We passed over the Driftvale drawbridge, but sadly, I didn't see any ducklets there. Maybe next time. I visit my uncle as a quick pit stop and meet his puppy, one of the cutest dogs I've ever seen. We continued on, driving through forests and past lakes, as we finally reached Western Washington. We stopped at a cool spot and got a super clear view of Mount Rainier, and I was very grateful for the sunny weather. We got to my cousin's wedding, and it was a really fun time. I didn't really want to record footage there, but I did get some shots of Skiddos and Go-Goats, since my cousin takes care of them on her property. After the wedding, I said bye to Mom and went to stay with my dad, stepmom, and 2 brothers for a while. I chilled out a lot while staying at my dad's and watched a lot of animated movies with my little brothers. Here's me shiny hunting while watching the best scene from Trolls.
No. Yes. No. Not. Why won't you say? Because pussy. Leave me alone.
I did a lot of hunting and eventually hit a milestone.
So, I'm currently standing in the odds. We're at 8,538. I'm still visiting my parents, I'm on vacation, and I'm sleeping in my little brother's room. He's 7 years old. And so I'm sleeping in this room, and all night while I'm trying to get my rest, above me there is a huge poster of Freddy Fazbear hitting the nastiest dab I've ever seen. And this puppet thing just fucking staring at me.
I mean, it's obviously not meant to be very scary, but it's still kind of unsettling, I guess.
And then on the other side of the room, we have all these assorted plushies from various mascot horror franchises. These are all pretty cute, and obviously we have Shadow the Hedgehog as well. Very relevant. Sonic 3 is coming out soon. But yeah, basically, we're over odds. We are over odds officially. We're standing in the odds. We're hoping to get one soon. I was hoping to get more than one shiny during this trip since I have a lot of free time to just hunt, especially at night. But we'll see. We'll see if I can get one tonight. That would be great. But I still got a week left. So here's hoping that we get one shiny, maybe two. Probably not 3, but maybe 2. But we have yet to get one. So, yeah. Not looking great, though.
I went on a little solo journey down to a creek by my dad's house and did a few encounters.
Alright, so we're a couple hundred over 9,000 encounters now. And Eterna Forest. I'm in a place a lot like the Eterna Forest, I think.
On Wednesday, September 4th, my dad and I hiked a little bit into the woods to go see a small waterfall near the house. It was a really difficult hike since there was no path and we literally just had to brute force our way through the thick woods. My dad also brought an unloaded handgun with ammo in his pocket just in case we were attacked by an Ursa ring or something, but that didn't happen, thankfully. The waterfall was really pretty and it was cool to go see it, so I'm glad we did. I kept hunting in the real-life Eterna Forest, and although it was beautiful, I kept not finding any shinies. I tried not letting it get to me because I know from experience that the more desperate you are for a shiny, the less likely it is to appear, and that is a verified, scientist-proved fact. But I simply couldn't take it anymore, and at a certain point, I snapped.
14,836 encounters with nothing. You know, something like this could drive a man crazy.
I somewhat recovered from my mental collapse, and on Saturday, September 7th, my family and I took a day trip. The day trip started off with my little brother's football jamboree, where I of course did a few hundred encounters during. After that, everyone piled into the car and we headed south to one of my favorite places in the whole world. That place is Seaside, Oregon, a place that's almost always overcast and raining because, as you might have guessed by the name, it's right on the ocean. I love this place because ever since I was a toddler, my dad has taken me here multiple times for a fun day trip, so it's definitely nostalgic. Also, I love the ocean. It's my favorite place in the world to be. Someday, I'd love to live somewhere close enough to go to the ocean whenever I want, but maybe far away enough that I don't need to be scared of tsunamis. Seaside is a very touristy town and very obviously ocean themed. It's always looked the same ever since I was a little kid because it's perfect and should never change. There are tons of shops selling delicious fried foods, stuff like elephant ears and funnel cakes, a specialty candy and ice cream shop. There's an arcade with a pizza restaurant attached. The main street is just brimming with fun activities to do and yummy foods. Just walking around in Seaside is fun for me because I love the smell of the salty ocean air. One of the main attractions of Seaside is its aquarium, where you can feed seals little sardines. These seals are very well taken care of and can leave the room where you feed them and swim around freely in a huge tank whenever they want. These seals were also born in captivity, so they weren't taken from their home or anything like that. I can see why Game Freak made Seal and Dugong pretty much just look exactly like normal seals, and that's because the seal is already a perfect creature, Anything added or changed about the body of a seal would only ruin something that's already perfect. I mean, look at these guys. We got Greta, Scully, Cosmo, Lewis and Reagan, Vivian, Shireen, and Frankie, and of course, Damien and Peony. After feeding the seals, we headed out towards the beach, and we noticed a lot of people walking with little dogs, like an abnormal amount of small dogs everywhere. Then we realized there was a big sign on the beach that read, "Welcome to Docksand," which was apparently being held from September 6th to the 8th in Seaside, Oregon. Their mission statement goes as follows. "A weekend packed with weenie fun. This is Doxies of PNW's biggest annual fundraiser. Come and join the fun with over 300 dachshunds and meet lots of great people. There will be a silent auction, raffle baskets, 50-50 raffle, dachshund items, merchandise table, doxy races, costume contest, and more." There were so many Fidos and Dachshunds, it was insane. Everyone was already leaving when we got there, so sadly we had missed Docksand. But we did see quite a few cute dogs go by as everyone left the beach. After that, only my littlest brother and I wanted to go to the water, so we did, and I had him get a little shot of me running into the ocean. We played around in the water for a while, even though it was freezing cold, and then headed back to everyone else. Then it was time to go home. We did a lot of other stuff in Seaside that I sadly didn't film, and it was a very fun day overall. My spirits were high, and even though my trip was nearly over without finding a single shiny, I didn't care. This trip wasn't about finding shinies, it was about spending time with loved ones. I had infinite time to grind encounters, but the time I had with them was fleeting. Something I haven't mentioned in this video yet is that one of my brothers had a bit of a cold for the last few days. It wasn't COVID, luckily, but it was still bothering him. I thought my immune system would fight it off and everything would be cool, and that seemed to be the case. The morning after Seaside, I woke up sick. Sore throat, fatigue, inflamed sinuses. I could no longer breathe through my nose at all. I spent the morning incessantly blowing my nose and whining about getting sick, since I had to fly out the next day. My dad was watching Back to the Future 3 on the TV in the living room, so I decided, hey, might as well get a few encounters in before I have to go home. Yes! Oh my god! Yes! Oh my god! Oh my god, I finally got it! Yes! Dad! I got it!
You finally did it!
Okay, so use bubble beam on the Chansey.
Use bubble beam on Chansey.
Yes, kill the Chansey. Oh god. I might fail it. let's see, those are all, oh, it has a good, oh shit, I'm stupid. I'm really stupid. I should use, wait, hold on, I'm dumb. It does 35, so I should use Metal Claw on the Chansey. Yes, please kill it. Okay. Yes, yes, kill it, please. No, not the buneary. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm just barely gonna. Oh my god. Yes, use Endure. Yes, kill the Chansey. Oh my god. This is really close. Okay. Go on the Dustox. Kill it. Yep.
My words from earlier in this video came to bite me because I almost lost my full odds target to Cheryl's stupid Chansey. In my sick, brain-fogged mind, I thought it was a good idea to use a special move against Chansey instead of physical, even though I knew that Chansey has amazing special defense and non-existent physical defense. I promise I'm not an idiot. I think, although this YouTube channel is not a good case for my IQ being very high, somehow I was able to kill the Chansey in time, even though Cheryl kept targeting the shiny. What is wrong with you? And in the end, I caught the adorable pink bunny.
This is so scary. This is terrifying. I got a Premier Ball. I got one Premier Ball. Let's see. Should be easy. Alright, nope. Well, I've got a bunch of Pokeballs. So we should be good. Yes! Oh my god. It's so cute. I'm gonna name her Sniffles since I have a cold.
I was completely over the moon for the rest of the day after finding Sniffles, since she took a whopping 15,338 Pokemon seen in the Eterna Forest. Yes, I was actually counting the Pokemon this time instead of just the encounters themselves. I went way over odds in a hunt that's supposedly one of the easiest and best places to find shinies, as I laid out in the beginning of this video. On top of going over odds, Cheryl almost killed my target. So now the intro of this video just looks like a total joke. But that's the life of a shiny hunter. Things never go how you expect them to, and you often have to fight tooth and nail to get what you really want. But that's also the thrill of it, and I wouldn't change it for anything. I'll spare you the details of how miserable it was to fly while being sick. I wore a mask to try to spare others from catching my disease, and how I was sick for like 9 days after getting home. It wasn't a fun time, but I had done it. I'd caught my target while on the trip visiting family like I had intended to do, even at the cost of my health. Buneary is such a great shiny, and I'm so happy I have her now. I don't think I'll evolve her into Lopunny since I prefer Buneary's design, but I would like to get another one day and evolve that one. Although, thanks to my experience, I don't think I'll be trekking back into Eterna Forest for a while. I don't think Cheryl wants me to either. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, scroll down and hit the subscribe button and make sure to like the video as well. I have so many fun videos planned for this channel and you won't want to miss them. As always, good luck on all of your hunts.
不思議